I would like to welcome Mr. Prabhakar Mishra, who is the Associate Director of Food Regulatory Affairs, Perfetti Van Melle.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Kamal. First of all, thanks to you and Akram Policy Times basically for giving this opportunity to speak on this topic here, which is really very important, pertinent topic as of now, because we know that SUP is going to be phased out from 1st July 2022, which will one way impact the several industries, but it is also taken for good cause for the environment. But of course, it has to be pursued in very logical and very wisdom manner, rather than getting it executed in a very hastily manner. So first of all, as you asked, that I am leading Punjab Plastic Waste Management Society, and when Dr. Karunesh Garg, who is member secretary of Punjab Pollution Control Board, he also gave some perspective about the society. We know that plastic waste management rule was notified somewhere in March 2016, while there were some apprehensions about its implementation among the industry, among the regulators in so many states. But as Mr. Karunesh Garg expressed, Punjab was the one state who was really going ahead with respect to management of the plastic waste. And but before going to that, as an industry perspective, I would like to say that Mr. Mahendra Singh Tawar, who is actually in Ghaziabad Municipal Corporation, he rightly said that plastic is very needed for the industry, for the human being as of now. It's a beautiful invention for the human being. For the industry, it plays a very critical role. One hand, it actually imparts better quality whenever it is used in food. So it preserves food quality, it preserves food safety, it gives a better shelf life to the product, transportability, etc., etc. However, if the same food was supposed to be packed in glass or other substances, it could utilize more energy, more efforts from with respect to the environment. So, of course, plastic is a very valuable item for entire human being, for entire ecosystem. The problem arises when there are actually gaps in terms of its management once it is utilized and disposed of. So here comes the actually, as you rightly said, Dr. Apti also said that source segregation is the key point here. If it gets source segregated, it has huge value even when it is called out as waste. So it's not a waste. Once it is segregated, it may be channelized for its useful purpose. So there are actually means and ways like waste to oil, waste to energy, and if there are valuable plastic, then it can be converted into granules, etc., etc. So it's very a valuable item. Now coming to the Plastic Waste Management Society again. So we know that plastic it can't be banned at all. It has its own uses. So now coming to its management. So Punjab basically formed a society in 2018 comprising of some of the FMCG companies and municipality, and board was actually leading it. So there were few companies only at that time. We were called in Punjab because we market our products in Punjab. So proposals were given for 5 years plans that this is the plan, and that is how we have to manage the waste in Punjab, particularly thin layer plastic, because we know the plastic waste which has got value, for example, PET bottle, etc., etc., they are picked up by the rag pickers and they get value out of it. The problem was there with the low value plastic like multi-layered plastic. So we actually discussed this issue together, and then we had actually a vision for 5 years to reach to 100% collection. Suppose we introduce 50 tons in a year as a company, then we were supposed to collect 50 ton at the end of 5 years, as per the plan. So initially it was 35%, and so first it was led by the board itself. Then slowly and steadily, board thought of that Rather, it should be delegated to the industry only to lead the society and to manage it. And hence, somewhere in October 2018, the society was handed over to the industry, and we started managing it. So initially there were just 18-20 members, but as Mr. Karnes also said, as of now we have 48 members, FMCG companies. And in the first year, we managed to collect around 1,400 metric ton from two cities only, like Patiala and Punjab, with help of waste management agency. At that time it was PRO, and it was IPCA, as Dr. Karuneshgar said. So we managed to collect, and the entire waste was channelized to waste to energy and waste to oil pyrolysis plant, which is located there in Punjab only. So till today, we have managed more than 20,000 metric tons of multi-layer plastic in terms of collection, transportation, channelization, and scientific processing, either in to waste to energy or as waste to oil in Punjab. So if you would not have collected this much liter plastic, you'd have gone to the landfill and would have created environmental concern. So this is in terms of collection of the waste which we have done so far collectively. If it is actually proven fact that when we combine together, when we collectively do any effort, so it will have a visible impact on the floor, on the ground. So that is how this volume is getting so huge here, which is more than 20,000 metric ton. So this plan of 5 years, what I said, even got achieved in just 3 years, right? And while EPR regulation was yet to come, we started doing 100% EPR right from 2021 against the individual members. So what happens in terms of process? So we from the society, we invite means a proposal from different PROs or waste management agencies, and who gives us best services, collectively we go with that. And while we had collected and managed processing of the collected plastic waste, we also conducted awareness and education program for the waste pickers, as Mr. Karuneshgar said. So more than 30 awareness session has been conducted so far. It was just to give some awareness education to the rack pickers, to the community about littering, about their hygiene, their health, and even means giving awareness about value of the plastic, that if it gets collected, it can be utilized for some useful purpose, right? So this journey is still on. We are continuing, and this is one of the model which is quite successful, uniquely in Punjab, right? And so when you we saw that in the earlier session, Dr. Karuneshgar was also proud of having this society and having run so far successfully. And however, given the current EPR regulations, as per the provisions there, we have to rethink into it, and we have to sit with the regulators how we can pursue it further. But I think there should not be any impediment or obstacles in view of the current regulations. We will also work closely with the board in terms of the SUP phasing out, which is going to happen from 1st July, that so that businesses do not get impacted. And WeCare has taken a very good initiative of creating awareness about it, so that both the all the stakeholders are aware about it. Those who are getting impacted in terms of the it's a buyer, they take initiative of getting alternatives, and businesses who are there into this, they should also set up some alternate business model of not producing or generating SUPs. Of course, there are certain things for which alternatives are not there. So I think relevant associations, relevant stakeholders are approaching the regulators, authorities particularly, to get some relaxation or to means clarify the things or to give extra time for the industry, for the businesses, so that it can be implemented in a very effective and inclusive manner, and industry as such or business as such should not get impacted out of it. However, wherever there are alternates, of course, we can manage that, and we can go with the alternates to the SUP. So this is as per the PPP model what we have in the Punjab industry. Sorry, how does it feel as of now? And we also know that India, as I said, that plastic waste management rule was notified in 2016. It is evolving year by year. We are getting something, so it's getting matured in terms of the regulations. So we know that more and more industries are getting registered with CPCB, but yet there is some chunk of the industry which are also yet to be brought in, right, in this mainstream, so that inclusive action and effort is there in terms of managing the waste. Only 50 or 60 companies who are there in this EPR ecosystem, they cannot clean the entire country. So everyone has to be brought in this effort. So public as such regulators, means public means entire community, etc. Regulators, industry, everyone has to participate in this noble cause which has been initiated by India, which is started in 2016. So with that, I think I give the perspective of a PPP model and also the industry. And but at the end, I will again emphasize that source segregation is the key to manage this menace of the plastic waste. Yeah, and there is no alternate to plastic whenever industry is concerned in terms of packaging or integral part of the packaging in the industry, whether wrapping any goods or packing any food or packing any pharma or packing any any daycare product. It has got no alternate. So we have to manage collectively its waste, waste which is generated.